request you to stay on with us. We have some further developments coming in now. Congress MP Shashi Tharoor has expressed strong concern in a post on X over a reported US statement, calling it deeply shocking for not showing any regret or condolence over the loss of innocent Indian lives. He questioned how a close strategic partner could appear insensitive in such a situation and raised concerns over the use of lethal force against a commercial vessel. Tharoor asked why non-lethal methods were not used to disable the ship instead of firing missiles that risked civilian lives. He also highlighted the presence of Indian crew on merchant ships in key maritime routes and questioned whether they are being treated as expendable. Of course, Ambassador K P Fabian continues to be with us. Sir, of course, we're looking at this response by, Secretary of State Marco Rubio that came after External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar launched strong protest over, the US strikes that killed 3 Indian seafarers. And what the US basically said was that, countries had to comply with the United States, action as it worked to ensure peace in the Hormuz. But the fact of the matter is that that action has led to the loss of innocent civilian lives. So right before this meeting between the US President and the Prime Minister, how do you look at this statement now? The Congress leader Shashi Tharoor has also raised concern over how it does not really express any sort of regret. Trump had blamed it on Iran, which Iran denied. How do you see the United States' reaction to this loss of civilian lives in the conflict?
Specifically, America should have expressed regret and condolences to the bereaved family. It could have then added that, the blockade for America's policy is important, and America is determined to enforce it. Further, I do not know what MEA has told the American CDA, but MEA should have, and I hope it has, asked America to conduct an inquiry as to what happened, whether the American ships followed the correct protocol in dealing with that ship with full of Indian seafarers. Now, here I want to make a point. That is, when the BRICS foreign ministers met, India had the opportunity, though India can say to it as the BRICS chair, India had the opportunity to propose to send a BRICS humanitarian mission to the stranded ship. The mission should include doctors, nurses, and it should carry food, medicine, and water. And India should have, at BRICS there, asked both America and Iran to ensure protection to that mission. I do not think India did that, and even now it's not too late. Because don't forget that so many Indians are, sailors. In fact, India and the Philippines probably are the 2 countries which have the most number of sailors. In fact, we should also talk to the Philippines. Our diplomacy should be a little more proactive.
Absolutely. Sir, thank you so much for taking the time to speak.